Pisces, hi, how are you doing? I hope you're alright. I'm going to pull you a Celtic cross. Knight of Swords wants to show his face, interesting. I wasn't really tuned in though, so I don't take it. I mean, I work with jumpers anyway, but until I'm like tuned in, I generally don't take cards, but I will note that Knight of Swords. It'll be interesting to see if it comes out again. Yes, Celtic cross, general reading. I'm not pulling on any particular focus point, any particular part of life, okay? What comes up, comes up. It may be personal development stuff, it may be romantic situation stuff, it may be family and friends, I don't know. To a certain extent, the energies that I speak of, it is for you to take them and apply them to your life in the way that makes sense for you. But often when I do translate the energy, I do it in terms of a particular situation. So, you know, if it's coming through strongly to me as being about career, then that's what I'll speak of. But for you, it might apply differently. That sort of thing. You'll get the idea. I'm pulling on collective Pisces energy, okay? That does mean it's not a personal reading. Not every single little thing is necessarily gonna exactly fit your story. I mean, that does happen sometimes, don't get me wrong, but it may be the case that you need to take certain bits and leave the rest. So make sure you listen to your intuition, okay? Because your intuition is the most vital and important thing in all of this, okay? I'm not here to bloody tell you what to do or anything like that, or to make hard and fast predictions for that matter. We do have a look at near future, we do have a look at longer term outcome, just to see where the energies are taking us, but it's not about hard and fast predictions. Nothing's set in stone. You know, when we're looking at the future, we can ask questions about how to change that outcome as well if we don't like where the energies are heading, okay? Everyone has free will. That does include other people, in case I didn't say that. Right, I think I've got all my caveats out of the way. Sorry, I'm not going to apologise, actually. I do just like to be about, you know, being as responsible about this whole thing as I can, that's all. Anyway, none of you are stupid, so I probably don't need to say it. Okay, let's see what is at the heart of the matter for Pisces. What's at the heart of the matter for Pisces? Thank you. A reverse Eight of Pentacles. That is very often the energy of someone who is trying to distract themselves from what's most important. You could be overworking, Pisces. I'm showing you it upright because I like for you to absorb the energy of the card where possible, and I think that's easier if it's upright, but it did come out in reverse, which is why I'm talking about distraction and overworking. Let's see what's in the challenge position. Maybe this will give us a clue to what you're distracting yourself from. But I'm not sure if it will. What's in the challenge position for Pisces, please? What's going to take both of those? What's in the challenge position for Pisces, please? What's in the challenge position for Pisces? Thank you. A Ten of Wands. Whew. You're exhausted, aren't you? You are exhausted. You have a lot of responsibilities. You feel weighed down, overwhelmed. Ten of Wands is one of my least favourite energies, I'll be honest. So just to let you know, I will pull a card for each position from this deck. That'll take about 15 minutes just to kind of get an overview, a kind of baseline of what's going on. And then I'm going to go in with some of my other decks to get you a bit more depth, a bit more clarity, and maybe I will think of some useful questions that I think you might want answering. Okay, let's see what's crowning the issue for Pisces. What's crowning the issue? What's crowning the issue for Pisces, please? Thank you. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. Right, okay. This is a very independent energy. It's interesting for it to follow on from the Eight of Pentacles in a way. I don't know though, I'm just not convinced, Pisces. I think you're trying to give off the air that you don't need anyone, that you're doing fine on your own, and I'm sure you are capable of doing fine on your own. I'm not saying that you're not, but it just feels a bit too I don't know. We'll see when we get underneath that Nine of Pentacles. It's in your headspace anyway. I don't know. I feel like you're trying to convince yourself that you feel more comfortable in an independent energy than you actually are. I'm sorry. I do say it as I see it. We'll get onto it and see. I'm happy to be wrong. What's below the matter for Pisces? What's below? What's in the subconscious? Strength. Ooh, that's nice to see. I like that. This is more your subconscious down here. Let me show you that strength card. It's a lovely energy. It's not being overbearing, you know, it's not being controlling or anything like that. It's a type of energy that brings out the best in people, actually. I really feel like you're good at bringing out the best in people, Pisces, but not always yourself somehow. I don't know. I sense that you're very outwardly focused at the moment, in a way that's you're maybe using as a distraction from being inwardly focused. That could be what your distraction is underneath that Eight of Pentacles. There's some sort of distraction going on there, and somehow your outward focus is burdening you though with that Ten of Wands. Almost like you feel very obliged to be meeting everybody else's needs right now and maybe not your own, even though somehow it's on your mind. But this card to me just says, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, even though I don't feel that you're all that fine, because why would you be in this, why would you be showing up in the centre of your reading as this reversed Eight of Pentacles energy, this need to distract? If you're fine, you're distracting yourself from something. What's in the recent past? What's in the recent past for Pisces, please? No, I don't want that many cards. What's in the recent past for Pisces, please? What's in the recent past for Pisces? The Wheel of... Oh, well, they call it the Wheel of the Year in this deck, but it's Wheel of Fortune and it's reversed. Something cycling out, some sort of big change. For some of you, it could be a house move. Wouldn't normally say that with this card, but that's what's coming through. Just because it's a very pentacle focused card in this particular deck. I don't know, it's coming through as a house move for some of you. Some sort of dramatic change has happened in your past, and it's quite a pivotal moment, actually. You know, one of those moments, one of those things that happen to you in your life that's that much of a big deal that looking back on things, you can even divide your life into before that happened and after that happened. Some sort of big deal thing in your past here. You're not quite cycled out of it though. You've not quite gone through the transition yet, I don't think. I think you're finding the transition quite painful, and that's possibly partly what you're distracting yourself from. Just some sort of resistance to change here. But you know, deep down, to have this below, like, I don't know, I feel like your soul knows you can do it or something, but it's more your head that's arguing with you that you can't accept these changes, whatever they are for you. Could be a change in job as well. I mean, it's going to be different for all of you. It could be so many things, but some sort of significant turning point or pivotal moment in the past there. But you're just not quite in that energy of going with the flow. Yes, there's a flow about the Wheel of Fortune, and you can't swim against that. I mean, well, you can try and swim against that flow, but it's just like rowing when you could just put your sail up and get blown away. Alan Watts said that, by the way. That's something that Alan Watts says quite a lot, and I've been listening to him recently, so Credit where credit's due. I mean, I don't know, maybe where he got it from. I suppose a metaphor's a metaphor, isn't it? But yeah, I will say that I stole his words there. Okay, near future. Near future for Pisces, please. Near future for Pisces. Near future for Pisces. Thank you. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. Looks like you've got a choice to make soon. You may already know about this. This may be why you are distracting yourself, because you do not wish to make a choice. You want the best of both worlds. You want to have your cake and eat it. Do you? I'm sorry if that sounded accusatory. It's not my intention. It's just what I'm seeing. Okay, let's see what strengths and attitudes Pisces is bringing. What strengths and attitudes is Pisces bringing to this situation? Oh, a Hanged Man. Okay. I'm rather fond of that for you, actually. The only thing is... Alright, sorry, just to go back a bit. The Hanged Man is a pause. It's not taking action. I mean, I see that anyway. It's getting in touch with your spiritual needs. It's taking a bit of a time out. The only thing that slightly concerns me is, because I do see that you need to make a decision soon, if you're in this energy for too long and the decision doesn't get made, then by default you are making a decision. But I don't see you really doing that, Pisces, not with this Strength card here. I don't. But also the other thing with Hanged Man energy is you can't, because I've done a few readings where, you know, I've seen that someone's quite stuck in this energy, and I've asked a question that I've now realised as a reader actually is completely the wrong approach. So just to be honest with you about my learning, I would keep trying to get under this Hanged Man. Well, what can we do to get so-and-so out of this energy? What can we do to get so-and-so out of this energy? And it's just completely the wrong approach and completely the wrong question. And I don't think you can force yourself out of this energy. It's almost like there's a process within this Hanged Man energy that you need to go through to come out. To come out of it, but also often it's kind of out of your control. I mean, like, I'm not saying ignore the fact that you are a human with free will and just give everything up to the universe. I'm not saying that, but often the circumstances, for whatever reason, are rather out of our control with this energy. You know, as in, to be very literal about it, somebody could actually be, you know, recovering from an illness. It could be that type of thing. Like it's a forced pause sometimes. But even if it's not as dramatic as that, it's just an energy that, in a sense, you come out of it when you come out of it, really. And it's more about sitting with it while you're in it. Anyway, gosh, I hope that makes sense. I sort of know what I mean. It's about that flow again, isn't it? It's about that flow that I spoke about before. You see, there's often a new perspective that needs to be found with this card. When this card comes up, it's often a hint that you need to look at things from a different angle. And maybe when you find that angle, that's when you come out. You can't rush yourself out of this energy, really, I don't think, is what I'm trying to say. And I suppose in this instance, kind of rushing out of this energy would be like rowing. You see, this is it. Rowing against, you know, rowing upstream. With the Ten of Wands in your challenge, it's rowing upstream when you could just put a sail up and go with the flow. That might be the type of change in perspective that this card is looking at. Because that's a lot less effort than rowing, isn't it? Just letting the wind blow you. I feel like I've been quite negative about this card that's in your strengths, and actually it's not. It's lovely. And like I said when it first came out, I'm pleased to see it, actually. Because you know, you've got this Eight of Pentacles reversed at the centre of your reading, which appears to be a bit overworking-ish, a bit, oh, I'm going to distract myself. But actually, if this is in your strengths, then you can definitely overcome that desire to distract yourself, because you go internally and look at what the fuck's going on with you with this energy, with this card. It is about examining your own spiritual needs. So that's good to see. Let's look at the energies surrounding you. You may not be aware of them. Environmental energies. Energies surrounding for Pisces, please. Thank you. A reverse Lovers. Oh, okay. Well, that's some interesting context then, isn't it? Isn't it just? Okay. Some sort of important connection in your life could be ending here for a lot of you. That would make sense of everything else we've seen. That would certainly make sense of why this is in your headspace, sort of going, yeah, I'm fine on my own. I'm fine on my own. I'm Little Miss or Mr. Independent. I can definitely do all this. It's a bit of a fake it till you make it energy, like, and I'm not judging that either way. You do as you see fit. I mean, I don't think it's sustainable long term, but you'll work that out. You're not stupid. And sometimes it's what you need to do in the moment, isn't it? There is a bit of that about it, which makes sense if there's a breakup. Now, I feel like a lot of you are in the midst of a breakup, actually. And I guess whatever prompted it is we're going to find underneath this Wheel of Fortune when we go back and dig under that in the recent past. A pivotal moment. Like, I suspect some of you found something out here about someone. I don't know. It doesn't feel the most uncomplicated, clean breakup. Let's put it like that. So no wonder to a certain extent you're trying to distract yourself and overwork or whatever that Eight of Pentacles means to you, because it's tough dealing with this shit. But to see this in your strengths, that's nice. I mean, this is why I feel you're in the midst of a breakup, because I don't feel it's exactly fully been decided if you are breaking up actually with that in your near future. But let's see. Hopes and dreams and fears. Why do I always do that on this section? It should be hopes and fears, or at least hopes/dreams and fears. Hopes and fears for Pisces, please. I don't want two cards. Hopes and fears for Pisces, please. A reverse Ten of Pentacles. This has got house move written all over it. It's like you're quite your hopes and fears are surrounding moving out to me from this spread. I know this is getting quite specific now, but what can I say? Can I create a feeling of safety and security away from this independently if I move out? If I live not with this person anymore, at least, anyway. And it's like, to a certain extent, I think you can gauge that if and when you take that step, you may actually feel quite a sense of relief. So in that sense, it's a hope, but it's also a fear. There's a reason we have hope and fears in the same place. It's often one and the same thing. I feel like you are also fearing that independence, that, you know, and you're thinking, can I actually do it on my own? Can I actually do it on my own? Which might be part of the reason that Nine of Pentacles energy is in your headspace here, because, you know, this is that independent energy. You could easily read this with the Pentacles as living independently, literally living alone, and that is the way it's coming through in this reading. For some of you, it could be moving out of home. Some sort of change in some sort of living situation anyway. Appears to be on your mind, and I feel like there's a decision about that coming up. Okay, the outcome, please. What's the outcome, please, for Pisces? The outcome for Pisces. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I got two. The way they flew out, I am actually going to take both of those. A reversed Emperor. Okay. And the Six of Swords. Yeah, so the Six of Swords is leaving a difficult, rocky situation behind, which was kind of the way I felt this reading was going anyway. So it does look to me like all the energies here are leading up to you breaking away from something that you're not happy in anymore. A reversed Emperor. This to me feels like you're gonna... I'll show you him upright. Because 4 is a number of stability. And just with it being in reverse, I just feel like it's going to be a bit rocky. It's not actually necessarily going to be the smoothest of journeys. And why would it be? You know, if you've... And I get the impression some of you have lived with this person a long time. It's a big change. We see it here. You know, it's a lover's connection. The energies in these connections can be massive. Of course it's not going to be smooth sailing when you leave that situation, is it, my loves? Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend otherwise. It'd be silly. Yeah, so it's going to feel very unstable, I think, you know. When you first step on that boat, it's going to wobble. But ultimately, you know, you do reach the shore with the Six of Swords. You do reach that sense of peace, that sense of calm. Okay? I've got to laugh at this guy rowing when I've just spent, I don't know how many minutes telling you to not row. I've got to laugh at that. What's that all about? Although I will say in the Two of Pentacles here, in your near future, we do have a boat with very obvious sails. So isn't that interesting? And yet, and interestingly, attached to this energy of rowing, we do have a reversed Emperor, which is coming through as quite this unstable energy to me. Well, you take this whole metaphorical sailing thing as you will, Pisces, okay? Maybe what Spirit is trying to say is what I originally said, to be fair, about the rowing. Because, yeah, I'm not, like, that reversed Emperor energy, I'm not loving it, and it is attached to this guy who's rowing. Interesting. Right, I'm going to clarify this reverse Eight of Pentacles at the centre of your reading, Pisces. Let's see if we can get a bit more clarity. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Tell me more about this Eight of Pentacles for Pisces, please. You seem to be distracting yourself from something. How are you distracting yourself? Tell me more. Tell me more, please. Tell me more. A reverse Five of Swords. I don't know what you're doing to distract yourself, but it feels slightly destructive to your own self, slightly hurtful to your own self. You could... I just wanted to say burning the candle at both ends. You could be keeping yourself very busy, but in a way that's exhausting you. Tell me more about this Eight of Pentacles reverse, please. Tell me more. Tell me more about this Eight of Pentacles reverse, please. Queen of Swords. There's a certain emotional detachment here. And I think the Queen of Swords here is actually being quite justifying of this Eight of Pentacles reverse behaviour, whatever distraction it is that's going on here, whatever overworking, or... because it's like, you know, it's exhausting you. Or at least not doing you any good on some level, causing you harm on some level. I don't know, it could be drinking, smoking, anything like this. But I feel like the Queen of Swords is actually heavily justifying this behaviour here. So, you know, this represents a part of you that somehow is logically justifying this behaviour. Well, you know, I mean, who am I to judge? I'm not judging. It's not like these things are easy to deal with, is it, my loves? Any more about this Eight of Pentacles reversed? Any more about this Eight of Pentacles reversed? Thank you. Oh, a reverse Magician. Okay. You feel like you... Oops. It just feels like I can't cope. I can't cope. This is the only way I can cope. This is my way of coping. We all have our ways of coping, you know. We know... In a way, we know they're not the healthiest. You know, the Queen of Swords logic tells us they're not the healthiest. But then we can also use that logic in a really completely warped way where we do justify it. But there's also the idea that even though we logically know something's not good for us, that isn't enough for us to just stop it. It isn't. That's not the way we're wired. You have to really, really dig deep and really get underneath it. I know that if you did do that, you absolutely would have the strength to face what's there with this being below, okay? I believe from what I'm seeing that yes, you do have that capacity, but I do recognise that you don't really feel like you have the resources to deal with this shit. And so things are on pause. Things are on a sort of time out. You know, the Magician does have the resources to deal with stuff when he's in his upright position, but he's showing reversed here. Shall I ask how? That would be a useful question to ask, I think, like how can you get into this Magician energy upright? Because that would be more you in a feeling of, in an energy of, I have what I need to be able to cope with this. Anyway. How can Pisces get this Magician energy upright, please? I don't know if we'll get any answers. 5 of Wands reversed. There's an energy of competition and proving yourself in this card. The long and the short of it, what Spirit really wants to get through to you is that you do have the resources, but other people might be trying to tell you you don't have the there's some outside influence here whereby you may be becoming convinced you don't have the capacity or resources to deal with this when you actually do. And it's because of honestly, it's because of Facebook. So just bear with me while I get this thought out. Because it's not Facebook, it's social media in general, where people's pictures and we see people presenting their perfect lives, and you look at them and maybe there's someone, you know, on your social media who's dealt with what you've dealt with, and they have got the perfect face on it, and it's a mask, by the way, it's bullshit, and they are looking like they are dealing with it great. And you're like, well, they're dealing with it great, and I just can't be like that. I just can't do that. I can't meet those standards. Well, fuck those standards, because they aren't even meeting them anyway, by the way. It's all a complete facade. It's all a complete mask. And anyway, what I'm trying to get at is when you see that, that induces a sort of shame in you. Well, I'm not dealing with it the way, I don't know, fucking Sarah on social media is. I don't know where I got that name from. Maybe it's important to you. Yes, because they're not dealing with it the way they look like they're dealing with it anyway, Pisces, okay? So, it's something about striving for some sort of perfection in the way you're dealing with this here. And because you can't attain this perfect, serene, well put together, you know, bit like this, actually, but it's fake. I don't know, maybe this energy was coming through as fake to me. Because you can't quite put that show on that you think other people who've been in your situation have somehow managed to do, it then induces a shame in you where you turn to other less healthy ways of dealing with it, let's say, with this reverse Eight of Pentacles, whatever that is to you, because it is coming through as harmful towards you. I can't just not say that. The energy's there, I'm sorry. We all do it. So long story short, don't compare yourself and the way you're dealing with it to, you know, what you know of yourself every day internally with other people's facade, okay? Because you are always going to lose if you are comparing yourself to Sarah on Facebook, who I've just invented. I hope that's come across as some sort of coherent explanation, Pisces. I'm trying my best with this energy. We are going to be here all day if I carry on like this, which, by the way, would be absolutely fine with me because I am nosy and I love it. Let's get underneath this Ten of Wands, this overwhelm. I mean, I think part of this overwhelm comes from this Five of Wands, comparing yourself with others constantly, and then it just induces this shame in you, which is so hard to deal with when you feel that shame. I mean, shame does have its functions, actually, I suppose, but not here like this. It's, I mean, it is what it is. But tell me more about this Ten of Wands for Scorpio, please. A reverse Nine of Swords, anxiety, overwhelm, all linked back to what we've already spoke about. Really, you may not be sleeping very well. The Hanged Man reverse, right. Yes, okay. So here you are showing up in the centre of your reading as a Hanged Man reverse. That is stock. That is stock energy. You know, it's such a sense of burden and being weighed down by responsibilities, but weighed down by your own thoughts about responsibilities. Yes, it is stock, but you see, I know you've got an upright Hanged Man in your strengths. So when we get round to this card, I know this energy is available to you. Right now, you're not quite in it, it seems. So when we get to this card, we will ask how you can get into a more upright Hanged Man energy. I think that would make sense as a thing to do. But right now, I can just see that you're overwhelmed. Two of Swords. This is this decision again that's on your mind. This decision that's on your mind, but it feels like stalemate. It feels like damned if I do, damned if I don't. Oh my goodness, Pisces. I'm sorry you're going through this. I am. I believe you absolutely have the strength to deal with it. I may have said that several times, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's here. It's here and it's here. Okay. Shit, I'm sorry things are tough for you at the moment. I wonder what happened there. I wonder what happened with that reverse Wheel of Fortune. Let's get... No, I'm going to go to this reverse Wheel of Fortune, actually, now, and get some context on this whole thing. What happened? What happened to my lovely Pisces collective here, please? What's this reverse Wheel of Fortune all about, please? In the past. A reverse Emperor, there he is again. Oh, really? Someone is stubbornly hanging on to you and does not want to let you go. No wonder this Wheel of Fortune's in reverse. Ooh, Judgment. They want another chance. How many chances have you already given them, Pisces? They want another chance in this past energy anyway. Maybe that's this. So this could be the reason for these two decisions, these two cards of decisions. And let's face it, even the Lovers is a card of a decision, a card of a choice as well. Someone is stubbornly hanging on to you. Look, they've come up twice in your reading now with the Emperor. And you see, initially I read this Emperor as a kind of feeling a bit wobbly on this boat, you know, a bit of lack of stability. But actually now I'm seeing it as someone chasing after this boat and really not wanting you to leave. I sense you want to leave. But anything else about this reversed Wheel of Fortune? Please. A Seven of Pentacles, yeah. See, this is a card of growth. This is a card of how do we tweak things? How do we make things grow? Something has stagnated here. Something stopped growing in your past. Something stopped growing. You recognise it stopped growing, Pisces. I feel that for you. Someone else in your energy is they are just stubbornly holding on to. In fact, it's almost like they're holding on to it so tight that in and of itself is preventing the growth. Because they are not going with any sort of flow here, which the Wheel of Fortune speaks of. You see, he's just sort of, he's done his pruning. He's just sort of standing back, letting things grow naturally where they should grow, you know, after putting the thought into where to prune, which is kind of where the thought needs to go. Then you leave it alone. You let nature take its course. You let the flow of life flow. This Emperor is hanging on to this. It's something so tight, it can't grow. I feel like you've known this person for a very long time. This feels like a very established relationship. Whoever it is for you, I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. I do feel like there's some sort of specific event that's occurred for a lot of you that's really brought this to light, that this person that you're dealing with is being quite controlling, is the best way to put it, really. They're being quite controlling. Yeah. So because I spoke about that pivotal moment, and I stick by that. I think for a lot of you there was some sort of pivotal moment or revelation where you saw them, it's like you suddenly saw them as they truly are, as this controlling Emperor who will not let it go. Yeah. I don't like this reverse Emperor energy for you one bit. I don't. It could even be an employer that's begging you to stay. I mean, Judgment in reverse. Give me a second chance, give me a second chance, give me a second chance. Only how many times have you already done that, Pisces? Because I just get the feeling you have. And you have a very sensible approach to talking about how to make this growth happen. And I just don't think they do. I'm sorry. I don't like their energy one bit. Take what's yours, my loves. If this isn't your reading, switch off. You know, that's cool. Or check out your other placements. Or until we meet again. Seriously, like, don't take it if it's not yours, because this is not, oh no, it's not cool. Okay, tell me more about this Nine of Pentacles, please. Just, sorry, Pisces, I had to pause recording for a little second there. My son needed me. I was clarifying this Nine of Pentacles. You got the reverse Knight of Cups. I'm going to pull some more cards before I open my mouth too much. It feels like an energy of rejection. This reverse Knight of Cups. I actually think you're potentially a bit scared of rejecting this Emperor figure, but let me get some more cards. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups, please. Ace of Pentacles. Investing. Investing in yourself. It's like you're consciously considering how you can best invest in yourself. Tell me more. That pesky Five of Swords again. I'm just sensing a lot of doubt around the idea of investing in yourself here. You know, investing that ace in yourself, kind of planting the seeds for your own success so that that ace can grow into that nine, into that energy of independence. I'm feeling like there's quite a lot of doubts in your head surrounding your own ability to do that, potentially away from this Emperor. You know, potentially as a way of tied into this energy of rejecting someone. I feel like it's you rejecting someone, rejecting some outside energy and investing in yourself. That's what it feels like. You don't want to give your cup of love to this person anymore. It's what it feels like. And yet there's doubts surrounding it. Again, Five of Swords again. Am I capable? Am I capable of doing this? I believe you are. I believe you are. Because you've got strength down here. There's something here about, you know, people who sort of get in a sort of Nine of Pentacles sort of showy energy, if you like. A sort of, yeah, look how great I'm doing type thing. You don't like that. And you don't identify yourself with that. But then you're left not having any sort of model or blueprint as to how to do the whole Nine of Pentacles thing, i.e. a sort of healthy independence. You don't have a blueprint for that. Yeah. The only... you relate that sort of energy to somebody having power over somebody else. That's the only time you've seen this energy. It's not even really this energy. It's more like the shadow side of this energy, or say this energy in reverse. Your only knowledge of this energy, from what I can gather, or at least your main knowledge of this energy, comes from seeing people who wield their power over others to make themselves feel better, achieve maybe financial success or financial independence. It's not really independence, because it's gained by exploiting people beneath them, or who they see as beneath them, okay? It's very much a power over type thing. And I think that's where some of your concerns around you personally entering this energy lie, Pisces. Because this is kind of what's in your soul, I want to say, is this kindness and compassion. And it can be used as a strength to bring you into this energy. It can. But you've maybe never seen it done before. Because it's not done very often in society. It's not. You know, most people who do achieve... or lots of people who do achieve this, more like this, you know, they are doing it by exploiting other people. Something like that. Tell me more about this Strength card, please, for Pisces. Tell me more about this Strength card. It's beautiful energy, actually. A Four of Swords reversed, a Nine of Wands reversed. Tell me more for Pisces. What's below? Ace of Wands reversed. See, you've got two aces. Your Ace of Wands is reversed. Some sort of fire in you. Some sort of fire and drive in you here, Pisces, that you're not quite in touch with. I almost feel like you have a sort of negative attitude towards ambition or something like that, because you just see it as wielding power over people, and that to you is connected with an energy of ambition. Fair enough, I can understand why you think that, by the way. But then that means whenever you feel any sort of creative spark or passion towards anything, sometimes you're a bit unsure of that and almost bury it, because you're like, yeah, but I'd have to be in this unhealthy Nine of Pentacles energy to get it, because I don't know any other way to get it, because I've never seen strength done in a healthy way. I feel like you've only really experienced like the shadow side of this energy, which is a bit like this reversed Emperor that you are connected to in your past, and he's coming up in your future. What can I say? Well, we don't just cut energetic ties that quickly, though, do we? So why wouldn't he be? I just feel you find it hard to embrace this upright through no fault of your own, through how you've been conditioned in society, but also your more specific circumstances surrounding your upbringing. Somehow, I just keep getting this message over and over again, that the only time you've seen someone be sort of independent and sort of have enough abundance, like not loads. Is that a complete contradiction? Enough abundance. I think it is, actually, because abundance just does suggest more than enough, doesn't it? Anyway, I don't think you're seeking, you know, shitloads, some sort of massive pile of riches. I think you want to be comfortable and safe and secure. I feel like you have very little in the way of a blueprint as to how to achieve that without fucking other people over, basically, because you've only seen other people achieve that who have fucked people over, possibly your own parents or something like that, because we've got the Nine of Wands out, which feels like deep wounding, which can be healed. And I think the key to accessing this energy upright is kind of working out where that comes from and healing it with this Four of Swords energy, you know, which is no trivial task, is it? Let's face it, it isn't. So yeah, but there, I don't know, maybe take that as a pointer as to kind of what might help, because that's all I can really do here with these cards. Like I said, hard and fast advice, that's not the way we roll. It's more just about, you know, when I talk about various ideas, concepts, energies, questions, you know, you can feel it in your own intuition, in your own body, if that's what applies to you and if that's where you need to look to help yourself. Okay, Two Pentacles in the future. A decision needs to be made. Eight of Wands reversed. It's delayed. Some sort of decision is going to be delayed by the looks of it. Eight of Wands in reverse is a delay. But in a way I like that, because if you didn't, it feels like an active choice to delay making the decision, okay? Not a reversed hangman, not a, I'm going to bury my head in the sand and not make the decision. And thereby you are making a decision by not making a decision. This is an active an active choice to say, I need more time to make the choice, basically. Need more time, need more time. This feeling of stuckness is cropping up again, though, in this future energy with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, carrying through from the reverse hangman, I will say. But your strengths is this card upright, so you are going to move, you are capable of moving this energy upright, this stuckness. You are capable of getting out of this stuckness, and I think it involves you discovering some sort of new perspective that's absolutely key. We'll get more on that in a minute. Is there anything else about this decision that's coming up in the near future for Pisces, please? Thank you. Six of Pentacles. It's just very interesting visually to compare these two cards, isn't it? Isn't that very interesting? The Six of Pentacles did come out in reverse. That's very interesting. Weighing things up. You know, considering ideas around reciprocity might be important here. I would say yes, they are important, because you've got some sort of reversed emperor in your energy who's stubbornly trying to cling on to you, even though the situation's not growing. Now, why wouldn't the situation be growing? Because two people aren't putting into it what they need to. Okay? Things are out of balance. Six of Pentacles reverse comes out when things are out of balance. Somebody's giving more than the other person. And I think that's you who's giving more, and this reversed emperor is not giving to the situation how they should, but fucked if they're letting you go. So anyway, long and short of it, it looks like, can I have more time, please, basically? Can I have more time? Perhaps more time to consider giving them another chance, because they seem to be wanting another chance in your past energy. That is something that's already happened. I'm not doing the whole, your ex is coming back. Bollocks. This very much feels like a relationship that you are currently in, and you are negotiating an exit somehow, hopefully. Well, I say hopefully because I just feel deep down it's what you want. And I don't like this reverse Emperor energy for you. I just don't. But I feel like this is you saying, can I have more time to consider what you've told me? Consider these promises that you're making. Even if they're bothering making promises, I don't know. Second chance, second chance. Can I consider this idea as second chance? It's not a second chance. It's more than that. I would say their reaction to you asking for more time will be quite telling. If they kick off and try to hurry a decision from you, I think that's pretty telling. That lack of patience on their part would be pretty telling. Hangman in reverse can be about a lack of patience. I don't feel like they are the most patient person. I feel that they're quite demanding, and when they say jump, they expect you to say how high. Let's get underneath this Hanged Man for you, because we've got it reversed here, but in your strengths, this upright energy is available to you, i.e. the bit where you actually go inside, assess your spiritual needs, and find another perspective. There's another perspective to be found here that is going to be key in you acting in your own best interests. Tell me more about this Hanged Man, please. How can Pisces embrace this energy? Because I can see they're trying to currently, but they're not quite there. So how can Pisces embrace this energy that's available to them, please? Ooh, 4 cards, lucky you. Oh, a 3 of Cups, lovely. King of Swords reverse. Ace of Swords. Whoo, all right. And the Tower. Okay. Okay. The energy's building. The energy is building. I think the energy is going to build and build and build. And it's just like then the cork's going to be released. I think this reversed Hangman energy for you, things are just going to build and build and build until there's going to be no choice but for you to come out of this stuckness. And I suspect that is going to happen when it happens. And I think what Spirit is trying to tell you is that there are people who want to support you. There's friends who want to support you. There's friends, there's some sort of energy here in this 3 of Cups. I don't know who it is. It feels external. Some sort of support network. Where your flow of energy is appreciated. Your ability to express and understand emotions is appreciated. This is a beautiful flow of emotional energy, you know, kind of the opposite of what we're seeing in your headspace here with this reverse Knight of Cups. I just feel there's going to be help to support you. And that, I don't know, for some of you that might be that you seek out a counsellor or someone to pay to help you. I don't know. Or it might be friends in your life, but... And also getting just a feeling of celebration here, actually. Some sort of surprise. Some sort of surprise. It may have already happened anyway. I mean, this is your strengths. It's not like this is necessarily predictive anyway. There's some sort of revelation here. Do you know what? You know, when I was talking back here about this revelation, this could relate right back to that, because when I was talking about that, I had an Ace of Swords in my mind. There was some sort of revelation back here. Do you remember? This Wheel of Fortune that I said sort of just made you see this reversed Emperor for who he was. I think part of why these 2 cards are coming up in your strengths is because of your ability to see them differently, to see them from a different perspective. Yeah, it's like you're seeing this Emperor from a new perspective. You definitely have the ability to do that. Sometimes it gets a bit stuck, but that's kind of a self-protective thing, isn't it? Sometimes you just want to bury your head. You see how you can't even see this person's head? It's like sometimes you don't want to acknowledge it. You want to just act like it's not happened. You want to remain blind to it with this reverse Two of Swords. Something that you were blind to, and it's like your life was so much easier while you were still blind to this knowledge. Somehow it was easier, only it wasn't, because you had that niggling feeling anyway. And now it's like it's been revealed. It's been revealed. And they're being an arsehole about it, by the way. I don't like this energy for you at all. This is the same person as this reversed Emperor to me. They're trying to get you back in this Hanged Man reverse, where you're stuck and you're not seeing it from the perspective that is actually correct and true, and also, by the way, helpful for you. This feels like denial of the truth. You see, he's holding the sword of truth here. He's reversed. You got the truth. You've got the truth with your Ace of Swords, but this person, this energy, is just trying to deny this truth. But I do feel like you have quite decent people in your life to kind of bounce ideas off around this, who can offer you emotional support in a way that helps you to remain to see clearly. What's showing up in your strengths is the ability to see, and see things clearly in a new way, because of some sort of revelation. Okay, surrounding energies. The Lover's reversed. This just doesn't feel like a healthy dynamic, to be honest. And it wouldn't be with a reverse King of Swords and a reversed Emperor. Someone feels quite controlling. Tell me more about this Lovers in reverse, please. Oh, yes, okay, yes. A reverse Ten of Swords. That's the energy of an ending, but also not accepting the energy. The ending. This feels like someone else's energy. It goes right back to this person who I said didn't want to let you go. This is not accepting an ending. They don't want to let you go. This whole reading is doing its thing. Nine of Pentacles reverse. You see? Nine of Pentacles up there. Now it's reversed. They want to keep you in a reverse Nine of Pentacles energy. How much up here did I bang on about the idea of this card in its shadow, the idea of this card in its reverse? That's the energy they want you in. They prefer you in this energy. It's almost kind of a needy energy, like a dependent energy, like an unhealthy dependence, like a codependent energy, like I can't cope without them energy. They would love you to embrace that belief. And yes, when you're in a reversed hangman, you are embracing that belief. But you absolutely have this upright hangman available to you. You absolutely have the knowledge and truth with this Ace of Swords that you can do it on your own. You can be this upright Nine of Pentacles. Whew, getting under the layers of this one has been interesting, hasn't it? Anything else about this reverse Lovers, please? Anything else about this reverse Lovers, please? Oh, two more. A reverse Eight of Wands again. And reverse Seven of Cups. I just feel like they're really trying to sow the seeds of confusion in you. Some sort of external energy is really trying to sow the seeds of confusion in you. This delay, this idea of a delay has come up again. What's that all about? For some of you, maybe they're the one trying to instigate the delay. They're saying, like, okay, you can go, but, like, why don't we just give it 2 more months and then you can go? Something like that. I don't know. They're trying to confuse the hell out of you. I don't know. I'm confused now about that delay and whose end that delay is on, or what that delay is. But the Eight of Wands also is mini tower energy as well, which we've already seen in your reading. Some sort of revelation. I don't know. I feel like it's hit you quite suddenly, this idea that this relationship is not reciprocal, like it's not fair. Yeah, but somehow you feel quite bound to them, I think. I'm surprised we've not seen a devil, actually. I just feel like a lot of that energy. They might just be trying to delay you leaving as a way of, and convincing you it's a temporary delay, and then you end up stuck somehow. Oh, you can't leave now because, I don't know, because, oh, I don't know, say you've got a pet and the pet's ill. I don't know, you can't leave now because the dog's ill. Oh, yeah, well, we'll talk about how we can, go our separate ways when the dog's got better, or something like that. I don't know. And then when the dog's got better, it never happens. That's a silly example, but it's something like that. Okay, what's your hopes and fears, Pisces? Tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles reversed. The Lovers. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Making the right choice. That's making the right choice. The Magician upright. We've had the Magician out already. Anything else, please? Anything else? Seven of Wands, sticking up for yourself. Five of Swords again on the bottom of the deck. That's the third time we've had it out. A sense of safety and security. I think you are afraid that you don't have the resources, again with this Magician card, to create this sense of safety and security outside of this connection, this lover's connection, which seems to have turned sour. Okay, I don't like their energy. I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. I'm not saying, this is always a snapshot of energy. I don't know how things may pan out over time. I don't know if they're capable of change. I very much sense that they've promised you before that they are capable of change, and the change has never come, which tells me quite a lot. But, I feel them asking to just put off the decision until, and then the until never comes. So I don't know. I don't like what I see for you, but it is just a snapshot. But I think you recognise that too much damage has been done anyway. It's not even that they just need to change. There's also things here that need repairing. Are they capable of putting in the work to make the necessary repairs? Not at the moment, they're not. They're not. Okay. So yeah, what's coming up in your hopes and fears really is the ability to create safety and security actually outside of a relationship, to be honest. Outside of this relationship, yes, but also just outside of this kind of pairing. I don't know. Look, it's not a relationship for all of you, but the most convenient, sensible way for me to translate the energies is in that. This is like meeting your own needs, identifying your own needs, meeting needs. Seven of Wands is increasingly coming through to me like that. There is doubts and fears about your own access to the resources that you need to create your own sense of safety and security. So you see the Magician has all different elements of the deck. So, that's emotional, investment, time, energy, effort, monetary, financial, career type energy, intellectual energy, and then kind of creative action taking energy. I do believe you do have all of those resources to be able to put towards yourself and your own sense of safety and security in a sort of, yes, I can move out and make a life for myself type of way, which would be a very literal translation of the Ten of Pentacles and not necessarily relevant for all of you, but for some of you I definitely feel it is. I definitely do feel you have that ability. I do. But I see your doubts and I see your fears. And I suppose the work that needs to be done is getting to the root of those fears, which is difficult when you're actually in this situation, because I do feel that this person quite enjoys planting seeds of doubt in you, in all honesty. You've had a Five of Swords come up kind of 3 times, which is that fear and that doubt and self-doubt, self-sabotage. But in your future, we do see the Six of Swords, which is nice progress from the 5. It's just it's attached to this bloody reversed Emperor who doesn't want to let you go. Let's clarify that then for your future before we're here all day. Anything else on the outcome, please, for Pisces? Anything else for the outcome for Pisces, please? The Devil, yeah. Yeah, well, because they are really hanging on to you. They do not want to let you go. It's like I said. And to a certain extent, I believe you feel bound to them. What a cheery card to get in your outcome, Pisces. This is also about... The Devil can also be about fears. So this is about you also facing up to your fears in future. And, you know, with the Six of Swords being the first card out for this position, which is, to me, moving away from the storminess of all this. I mean, in the 3D, this could very much manifest itself as you leaving and moving out. That feels like something you are afraid to do. It showed up in your hopes and fears. The Devil, clarifying this whole load of energy as well, is saying to us, Pisces is going to face their fears. Pisces is capable of facing their fears. But I do also see it as a bit of an energy of this Emperor not wanting to let you go. It is that energy of being bound to something. And they want you to feel bound to them. Holy shit, they want you to feel bound to them. Because that's the only way they can get you to stay. Because you're not going to stay for healthy reasons, because they're not giving you anything healthy to work with. A reverse King of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Absolutely, a reverse King of Wands. Oh, reverse King of Swords, reverse King of Wands, Devil, Emperor. This is all the same person. Their energy keeps cropping up and up and up throughout your reading. I'm telling you, the reverse King of Wands is not an energy I like. You don't need that in your life, Pisces, but you know this, and I'm sorry. And I know it's not that easy to just walk away from it. Believe me, I know. I'm not going to flippantly just tell you to leave the bastard. I'm not going to do that. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. But it can be done. It can be done. And you have a lot of energies available to you that I believe you can tap into in order to get on that boat, if that's what you decide you want to do, my loves. Reverse King of Wands. Just somebody who's... I don't even know how aware they are of their feelings at all. Sorry, Pisces. Sorry, I just had to stop again. Reverse King of Wands, yeah. They're just... Tell me more. Final... Oh, that's that Seven of Pentacles again. Yeah, well... It just reinforces what I'm saying. Look, you've got a reversed Emperor and a Seven of Pentacles, and you've got a reversed Emperor and a Seven of Pentacles again. Like, the energies are repeating themselves. I mean, I already had the Devil and the reverse King of Wands pegged as that reverse Emperor anyway, but, you know, it is taking us right back over there to this person who keeps asking for chances, asking for chances. I do feel they're making you promises about, yes, we can grow this relationship. We can. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm sorry for. How many times have they said that, though? I just feel like they've said it so many fucking times. Whatever the exact details of this situation back here for you, however that has panned out in your life, different for all of you, I see it cropping up again in your outcome energy, your sort of slightly longer term future. Like I say, free will's a thing. Hard and fast predictions, no, we don't do that. But where the energies seem to be taking us is to a repetition of this same old bullshit, frankly. And you want to get away from it. You want to sail away from it, which I think makes absolute sense. And I do believe you're absolutely capable of creating a beautiful life for yourself away from this, if that's what you want. I do. I'm just wondering if there's maybe because all the clarifying cards were really pertaining to that reversed Emperor. I just wonder if I get one on the Six of Swords for you as well. Clarify the Six of Swords, please. Maybe some sort of advice for how you can be confident in getting on that boat. Okay. Tell me more about this Six of Swords for Pisces, please. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful card. I mean, this is everything. This is emotional harmony. This is love. This is feeling love. You know, the Ten of Cups for me is so, so often about feeling your energy, your love energy, exchange with nature, with your surroundings, with the universe, in a way that that's what's waiting for you. That's what's waiting for you if you get on this boat. I'm telling you, away from this fucking reversed emperor that's just an arsehole, frankly. He's an arsehole, or she. I go by the sex of the person on the card, and it's all masculine energy that's coming out. So it's obviously someone who's overly in their masculine energy, overly controlling, you know, bossy, like, treats you with contempt, just thinks you're there to fucking serve them. It's not pleasant. But look how beautiful it is when you get on that boat. And you know, this won't happen overnight. It will take a while to achieve. This is a more long-term future, and I can see them grabbing onto that boat and not letting you sail away. But when you do, when you manage to make that break, Ten of Cups is the most beautiful thing. And often it's like emotional harmony with a partner, but here it's not, and it's just accessing that energy within yourself. It's like having internal lovers energy. Okay, oh look, and they've both got like two massive birds on. Okay, it's about finding that unity within yourself, but also that sense of connectedness with the universe, and just feeling connected with everything through love. I don't know, that's my best shot at explaining it, okay? But and it comes as the result of healing, which I can see you've got the ability to do down here. So yeah. Yeah, I'm going to show you that one more time, because I just think that's a beautiful like outcome of your Six of Swords, because it's so painful and hard to get on this boat. You know, yes, you do experience that sense of relief at some point quite soon after you've got off the boat, but there's so much sadness attached to that relief. There is, I'm not going to lie. And from this to this, yes, I don't know how much time is in between these two energies, possibly quite a lot. But it's there and it's available for you, that lovely, beautiful Ten of Cups and that upright lover's energy, regardless of new partners or whatever within you. That energy is available to you and it's beautiful, Pisces. All right, I'm going to leave it there for you. I banged on for ages. I hope this reading made sense to you. I hope you got something out of it. I'm sorry for the difficult situation you're currently in. I'll do another in-depth reading in about 2 weeks. I'm not quite sure. I might set a particular theme for those. I don't know. In between times, look out for mini readings. I'll do all signs reading at some points. That'll just be 5 to 10 minutes for your sign. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It does help my little channel grow. Just helps the readings get out in front of the right people. Same with liking them and clicking on that like button and all that nonsense. Yeah. All right, Pisces. Thank you for being here. Do comment as well, by the way, if you want to share your story, because other people might see it and it might help those other people out. All right, my loves. Bye.